Because obviously the thing is the fact that trying to select the actual menus between those different numbers is actually kind of awkward in my opinion. Mainly because, well, I did manage to able to play that minigame long time ago, before I start this Let's Play in general. That for whatever reason is the fact that I always attempt to select the wrong numbers every time whenever I use the GameCube controller by complete accident. So, anyway, so we'll go for the 7 number, and because of that though, not only do we able to land on a DK space, but also see what's inside the treasure chest, so please will be a star. Because I'm sure enough though that, oh, lucky me! Nicely done for my part for the sake of trying to obtain the stars to begin with from certain chests. Well, mind you, the only time is the only time exception being is the fact that sometimes I keep on getting bombed sometimes and then blast it all the way back to the start. So anyways, the next few chests are, one of them is at the very top, and then the other one is actually somewhere in the baseball stadium, and I think there's actually another one somewhere on slightly in the lower level or something like that, so. But either way though, I wasn't expecting to play a single player DK minigame so that way I can get myself not only more coins or a star, but somehow we ended up on the multiplayer DK minigames again, so yeah, that might be seems a little bit more standard stuff for the most part, so. And once again, we are playing Stump Change. Jeez, it feels like that minigame is actually pretty common to able to see on screen. But anyway, I guess I should probably mention about this as well, that, according to the forms of some leaks out there, yeah, I still don't trust leaks or, rumors out there, that, maybe they might as well able to expect to see something new for, Nintendo stuff for the sake of this entire year in 2022, like leaks such as the forms of Xenoblade side game, which appears to be an action and adventure kind of game, and, I highly doubt it might not likely to happen, but then again though, it's all about speculations again. And maybe they're able to get Star Wars Rogue Squadron 4 until God knows when, because we haven't exactly got a new Star Wars Rogue Squadron game since the third one came out for the Nintendo GameCube, so it's like a couple of years back. So either way though, I have no idea when that's gonna be out, or if it's going to be true or not, or even a new Pikmin title, which most people keep on mentioning about that for such a long time after the release of the disappointing Pikmin game on the 3DS called Hey Pikmin, because it was all not a typical Pikmin game after all, or even in some cases though is the fact that the controls can give me a lot of hand cramps, like, you know, trying to deal with the actual circle pad and using the stylus at the same time, although it's bad enough that I sell the actual 3DS stand to make the actual experience of the game a lot easier, but unfortunately though, I just ditched that particular item to sell for, along with Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS, so that might be seems a little bit more questionable. Speaking of Kid Icarus Uprising though, is the fact that it wasn't until whenever we get into the forms of 2 months left now until the fact that, well, to be more specifically in the UK version of not only Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS, but also Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond, that both of those games are definitely gonna become a decade old. But I do know for the fact that in Pokepark 2, in the Japanese version, I think that game technically already becomes a decade old in Japan. So yeah, I guess that begs the question about the fact that some of these Japanese stuff already got certain things before we do. So either way though, so it looks like Toad is gonna do the actual shooting range kind of activity right here again, just to try to take down, you know, more Koopa Kids or mini Bowsers in the PAL territories, but unfortunately though, he accidentally shot Toadsworth, so. And I get the horrible feeling that it looks like Toad is gonna land on that Bowser space, so yeah, there's the Bowser space as we go. Oh boy. I'm hoping that won't drag on a bit though, I have to be honest for this point. But at least luckily for me, that I somehow managed to become a lot more dominated, because after I keep on getting a lot of good chances by able to actually get stars in certain treasure chests. So, alright, so if we all lose, then we'll lose all of our coins. So we have to watch out for that. And a good thing we're going back into Thumbstickle course again, unlike Thunder War, because seriously, I always keep on messing things up on Thunder War. I think it's mainly because of how the fact that, well, it's not too bad in the beginning, but it wasn't until at the very end that it just really frustrates me. But oh well, we'll try to deal with this anyway. So, and I suppose another thing I should probably explain about the forms of some leaks out there, well, at least if, depending if it's either true or not, that it might be some of these other, like, third-party supportive games here and there as well, mainly for, like, Bandai Namco in Europe. Like, it might actually have, like, Gundam Breaker 4 and Pokken Tournament 2, the Nintendo Switch exclusive, because I know for the fact that we've already got the first game from the likes of, well, again, depending if it's either true or not, but it's just all about leaks and rumors, which I know for the fact that a lot of people seem to able to can't stand rumors or leaks out there anymore, because, well, it just gets a bit time-consuming and ridiculous at the same time, mainly because sometimes it can either fake you out, or in some cases though, hints the surprises for you. Well hey, at least the spooky characters did manage to survive this minigame, both Boo and Dry Bones, so I guess that's that. Oh yeah, talking of which, when it comes to the actual character roster in this particular board, that as you can see on screen, that we're going to be able to divide it into, like, based off from team characters, despite their individual. Like, for instance, that I'm going to be using Dry Bones, like I said this before, and the computer players are Boo, and Toad and Toadette. And then if we move on to the forms of the next board until next weekend, I might actually decide to switch things up a little bit. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much as far as I can try to mention about that. So, and of course, though, we will still save Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi character selection until whenever we get into the final board. So yeah, to be expected, like any forms of any other Mario Party Let's Plays, ever since in Mario Party 3, 4, 5, 6, and there was also Mario Party DS, if I recall, and Mario Party 9, and I think Island Tour as well, and Mario Party 10, and one of those modes in, well, in Bloom Bash mode, which is map 3. I think it was... No, wait, I keep thinking of something else. Well, that's only mainly because it has been a really long while since I actually did manage to last play Mario Party Star Rush ever since... I won't classify for saying after looking back at it back in last year in 2021, because obviously that particular game has now become 5 years old, of course. So, which that reminds me is the fact that the next Mario Party game will become 5 years old is of course Mario Party the Top 100, but that wasn't until whenever we get to November. So, yeah, that might actually beg the question for that. Okay, so at least I did manage to succeed this time, even though, let's see how much coins I get. 12. 12 coins, I'll take it. Might as well buy something on here. Like, I might as well buy, no matter what though, I might as well go for a Pink Boo orb, just in case I can able to show you guys that. So even then though, because I don't think that everyone else actually seen Pink Boo in action in this game. Although, mind you, it's the fact that that Pink Boo orb, like I think I already mentioned about this in the past, that it acts out a lot differently this time around compared to the forms of Mario Party 6, because, well, it's pretty obvious that you no longer need coins to able to actually pay Pink Boo to able to steal a star or coins and etc. So even then though, that might actually begs the question about that specific amount of differences between, you know, any other, like, systems as far as this is concerned. Alright, so Boo's gonna purchase that particular treasure chest, and let's see what's inside. Oh, lucky you! You got yourselves a star inside of it. Oh, and by the way, something's worth mentioning with the forms of that Bowser time event, that since that, you know, Mini Bowser just managed to decide to stall 10 coins for each player. So that means about the fact that, well, we were expecting that if someone actually gets 40 coins in one of the chests. Well, apparently though, if you get a star while the actual 40 coins is still one of those chests, basically if you get the star while this is happening, it resets back to 20. So yeah, that might be something worth catching for noting for. So anyway, looks like Boo is gonna go to either right or left. He's going left. And he's not gonna go and participate in that flip panel kind of activity. Although unlike Toadette, that she was the only one matched able to do all that stuff. And it looks like Boo's gonna purchase another treasure chest, but this time it contains a bomb. So that must have felt unfortunate for him. Oh yeah, apparently there's another game, might actually be leaked, although, again, we're not exactly sure if it's true or not, but apparently that the Klonoa is going to be bringing back to life until on a Nintendo Switch console exclusive. We don't know when though, but that's only mainly because it's all about leaks and all that stuff though, which should be expected with most cases out there. Whoa, 28! Jeez, that's a lot of movement for Toadette right there, which I gotta say, that was actually very impressive with her moves right here. But anyways, she's still gonna go to the left part right here, and then she refused to pay some coins from down there. So anyway, and there's also Ninja Gaiden title, which we don't exactly know about, and Age of Sigma Warriors, which I don't even know about. There's another game as well. But there's actually that interesting leak out there, which appears to be body forms of the next Mario Kart game, which appears to be Mario Kart 10 Crossroads. Why not Mario Kart 9? Well, I have no idea why they just managed to skip number 9 entirely. Like, it's kind of like iPhone models all over again, because I know for the fact that Apple just somehow managed to skip iPhone 9 entirely, because they somehow, after the release of iPhone 8, they decided able to actually skip 9 and jump straight into 10 and onwards. So, speaking of Apple though, we might able to actually expect that since we're now onto 2022, so imagine if that the fact that we've already got iPhone 13 last year, so expecting that this year might bring, oh for God's sake. Oh, why another Bowser minigame? Oh, jeez. But anyway, I would mention about the fact that an iPhone 14 will exist in this year. Well, it won't be exist until usually it comes out in September, if roughly so. But thankfully, we're not going to be doing a multiplayer Bowser minigame again, so at least that's a good thing. So anyway. Slaughter World again, so I guess that's usually it's like we always keep on seeing that minigame multiple times already. Like, I know for the fact that we have not seen these other two Bowser single player minigames, which are Tunnel of Lava and Treasure Dome. So either way though, we still haven't get a chance to see those. So anyway, and yeah, I don't know when that, if that will be true or not when it comes to Mario Kart 10 Crossroads, but if it does come true, I will be really excited for it, especially after so long after the release of Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U and the deluxe treatment on the Switch. So yeah, I guess that might actually be a perfect opportunity to able to play some more Mario Karts again. Well, at least assuming if that comes true first. Because at the moment right now, they're still working on the forms of, well, Mario Kart Tour, certain events, and I'm pretty sure they've already accomplished the certain amount of updates for Mario Kart Live home circuit. So, yeah, because obviously they did manage to add it in more features like more cups for Mario Cup and the Luigi Cup. And also they added in a new mode like Relay Race, so that way you can able to play as not only for Mario or Luigi, depending on what cards you got, but also you can able to actually play as Yoshi, Peach, and Toad. So at the very least we got the familiar characters in the past games, as you probably would expect. But of course, sadly, that Wario, Donkey Kong, and Bowser doesn't seem to able to make it to the roster, sadly. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but either way, though, it knows what it is. Especially the between both Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, I consider those games to be a spin-off to the main ones. So, at least in terms of Mario Kart titles, because as far as I'm aware, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure it's like Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Live Home Circuit is like, I don't know, like Mario Kart 9 episodic releases or something like that. Although I sort of made this up because I have no idea why I say things like that, but that's probably how it goes basically. So it looks like Toad is not doing too bad, even though he only got like 4 coins after hitting only 2 baseballs. So I guess that's perfectly average, I suppose. Alright, 2 versus 2 minigame again, and this time we are playing... Oh, so close to play those 2 minigames, Bumper Crop and Winging It, but we are literally so close. But instead we have to go for that battery ram again. Ah, jeez, this is getting ridiculous sometimes. Although I don't mind the idea for battery ram as a minigame concept, but execution-wise, the computer players are easily the weakest aspect of this minigame sometimes, because they can literally just manage to get stuck. At least assuming if you're able to actually just try to cooperate and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this too, that I forgot to mention about the forms of what's the solo crew's objective for Neon Heights. Basically it's pretty simple. Basically, I think the ultimate goal for the solo crew's version of that particular board, Neon Heights, all you really have to do is basically you have to able to basically obtain 3 stars on that particular match, and I think that's as far as I can try to mention about that. Although, mind you, is the fact that certain stars can be randomly placed on certain treasure chests, I'm pretty certain, but I think it does able to actually have like more treasure chests on the solo crew's playthrough, so I'm guessing that begs the question for it. So even I know, although mind you, I still haven't exactly touched upon solo cruise mode for a very, very long time. So either way though, I might as well able to mentioning about that for the sake of time. So anyways, I'll go ahead and place my pink boo orb somewhere right next to the actual orb thingy right there, and almost right near to where the treasure chest is. So. And unfortunately, I might as well land on that another red space, or blue space if I get the bomb on one of the chests. So, oh, another lucky me for the sake of trying to able to get another star in those chests. Oh man, this is something else. Alright, so what's the next treasure chest will be? One over there, and the other one over there. Pretty much all 3 of them are in the lower part of the board itself, so... And speaking of those red spaces though, is the fact that I highly guaranteed, at least assuming if the actual one of those bonus stars will come in, that I might try to able to get ourselves the forms of the red star if possible, at least depending on the forms of, well, you know what I mean, if it does show up, so... Anyway, so let's see what Boo's gonna get, and he gets another star! God, those spooky themed characters are getting very, very lucky at this rate. So, yeah, I absolutely have no idea of how, I have no idea why I just compromised it for it, I suppose, but, anyway. And I wasn't paying attention to where the other 3 chests are, but I do know for the fact that the other 2 chests are going to be at the baseball field section. So, yeah, and I don't know where the other one is though. I think it's somewhat higher up, so... Alright, so it's time for duel. In which minigame are we playing? Royal Rumpus. I think this is actually a new minigame we are playing. At least I'm assuming correctly. Although I may be wrong. Wait, I think we've already played this before. I think. Yeah, I think it's the minigame we've already played already, so... Hopefully, though, I will not lose this. I'm assuming so, because if I do somehow lose this, then I'm gonna have to able to, well, not throw my controller, but it's just the fact that it can be annoying and inconsistent sometimes. Ah, dang it! I messed it all up. That's the only hardest part about this minigame sometimes, is the fact that most of the time I just keep on, like, delaying my ground pounds, and also throughout the majority of the minigame, sometimes those Goombas always seems to love to run away from you, and as a result though, it really ticks me off sometimes. But fine, I'll let Boo take my 10 coins, so I guess that doesn't hurt me too much, but yeah, because I know for the fact that it has been a really long while since I actually did manage to be able to not only touch upon certain minigames, but also double checking on new forms of certain minigames that we have not played yet in Mario Party 7. So, alright, so Toadette is gonna go up. So, yeah, I'm guessing that the treasure chest is gonna be higher up. So, yep, I managed to guess it correctly. So, alright, so Toad is gonna place the one of his orbs somewhere over there. I'm guessing that's the Thwomp. So, yeah, it functions the same way as the forms of how it does in Mario Party 6. So basically, if you come across into that trap orb, you're forced able to stop. So, yeah, that's basically how this works. Alright, so let's see. Another 2 versus 2 minigame again. So, can we at least get something new? Nope, we haven't got anything new around here. So, at the very least, we can able to play World Peace again ever since in Grand Canal. So, at least that's it's been going for. Alright, time to be able to place, well, certain pieces onto that particular shape. But yeah, that's as far as I can try to discuss upon the forms of, oh wait a second, Toad just screws me up. Darn it! Oh well, no big deal, but at least we got, quite enough tries to able to do so, so at least I can able to keep trying. So yeah, I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this as well, speaking of solo crews actually, that is the fact that, I think relatively speaking, on the solo crews on, well, between the red spaces and the blue spaces, unlike the forms of how it does it on the regular party mode, or the party cruise mode I should say, basically it's the fact that if you landed on the blue space, on, well, normally on the forms of, in any other Mario Party games, ranging from Mario Party 1 all the way up to this, that, excuse me, that you obviously get like 3 bonus coins if you landed on the blue space, but if you land on the red, you obviously get minus 3 coins. Apparently, in the solo cruise mode in the Mario Party 7, the actual value of coins is actually a lot different. I think you get like 5 coins if you manage to land on the blue space, but then if you land on the red space, you lose 5 coins. So, I guess that begs the question about the fact that that particular mode is a little bit different than the actual party cruise itself. Alright, so back onto that particular Bowser Time event again, but this time, it's gonna be the same event as before. But there are a few rare occasions where, as you see from that text bubble, and especially noticeable right now, he actually places the Z star in one of the chests. So yeah, we're gonna have to be able to avoid that at all times because, well, taking notice from Castaway Bay from Mario Party 6, if you dare manage to able to obtain the Z star, or to be more specifically, the Bowser bonus event in Mario Party 5, basically though, you lose 1 star, so just be very careful not to obtain one, because if you do, well, you're basically gonna get yourself screwed, no matter what. So, because unlike in Mario Party 1, from the likes of Mario's Rainbow Castle, that if you get a Z star, that, basically, that, luckily though, you don't lose a star, you lose just only 40 coins, so, and that's basically about it. So, yeah. But I suppose another thing I should probably explain about this as well, that, another key difference is between the actual regular, party cruise mode compared to the solo cruise mode for certain boards. That is the fact that sometimes there are quite a lot of dual spaces around here in the solo cruise version, mainly because, well, that particular mode is only being played with 2 players, because obviously you go on one-on-one competition to each other, so, well, besides the actual map itself is, oh, ouch. That is so unlucky for Toadette right there. So yeah, that's what usually happens, like I said. So yeah, you lose 1 star and then basically just get you, and also you wasted 10 coins if you accidentally buy the treasure chest. So yeah, I felt so sorry for Toadette for right now because, well, she was almost gonna be bankrupted. Well, usually for stars anyway, but she only has 1 coin, so I guess that's okay, I suppose, but she really wants to catch up. So, yeah, and, well, the actual, the size of the boards themselves is actually very similar, or actually exactly the same as the Potty Cruise mode, except the fact that they actually offer us some different amount of, spaces you might stumble across. And also, they must able to include this unique feature for the sake of the Solo Cruise, mode exclusive. That's what appears to be the coin dice block. And basically what that does is the fact that you, depending on what numbers you get, basically though you can get either the 5 coins, or 10 coins, or 20 coins, or even 30 coins. At least if I was assuming that correctly, because I know for the fact that, like I said before, I haven't exactly touched upon the forms of, you know, this game for quite some time. Because, well, it's pretty obvious that I've somehow managed to able to start playing some other games as well. Like, well, for instance, recently I've managed to able to finally complete Mega Man 10. So I've now moved on to, back to Mega Man 8. Despite the fact that, usually I found Mega Man 8 kind of feels a bit weak, in my opinion. Mainly because of the forms of, they managed to ditch the forms of these familiar rush adapters, or rush jet, or rush coil, because obviously it's been replaced by some very weird stuff, mainly for the forms of well, to be more specifically with I should say rush spike and also rush question. So I honestly have no idea why they managed to replace that specific stuff. Oh wait, I was wrong about the forms of the amount of coins you get, and especially noticeable with that particular coin block, as usually calls it. It's actually called coin block area, and basically you can either get either 5 coins, or 10 coins, or 20 coins. So yeah, I keep thinking about the forms of the Mario Party 8 version, or maybe I keep thinking about something else. So yeah, forgive me about that specific discussion worth noting for. So yeah, I apologize for that. So anyway, so here we go back on to Spider's Stomp again. So I think this is actually a second time we're actually going to be playing this minigame, kind of thinking about it, ever since New Forms of yesterday. So because obviously today's day is of course the I think it's the 23rd of January today. So in this case though, that's yeah, not long now until we moved on to February. So yeah, I guess that begs the actual specific discussion worth noting for. But anyways, let's just keep on shooting those spiders as soon as we can here. Though I suppose I should probably mention about this as well, as far as the actual current progression goes, that it looks like that Maxi, he's almost finishing up with Super Mario 64 on the likes of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I mean, he only got like the last few Power Stars left before he decides to move on to Super Mario Sunshine. But of course, that's like I said before, that he will take a break on the forms of Super Mario 3D All-Stars for a little while, until on April. Just in case we can able to actually decide to mention about a lot of things. For able to actually mention about the forms of, you know what I mean, key differences, or in some cases other game predictions, or anything else to be more specific. But that again, we'll point it out until at some point. Alright, last 4 turn events. So it looks like Toadette was in 4th place right now. And Toad was in 3rd, Boo was in 2nd, and I am number 1. Because I somehow managed to keep on getting very lucky with certain treasure chests. Despite I'd never actually got myself RMG in my life. Mainly because, well, the good news about the forms of utilizing the forms of the Super Shroom Orb is the fact that you might guaranteed that you could possibly able to actually get either good treasure chest purchasable stuff, Or in some cases that, well, it might be hard to explain, because either way though, I was able to try to mention about something else, but either way though, it knows what it is. Alright, so it looks like the last 4 turn event is going to be once again a coin multiplier, so yeah, we're pretty much used to that at this point, so we're able to actually get ourselves 9 coins. Yeah, you probably get the idea. For those of you who have actually seen my Grand Canal board, so yeah, there's nothing to able to explain about that right now. And oh my god! Yeah! I felt so lucky for this point today. I have no idea why I speak like that, because, well, at the moment right now, I think my throat is actually getting a bit dried up. But, hopefully, though, until whenever we get into next weekend for the next board, then, basically my throat will actually get a little bit more clear. So, yeah, I do apologize for that. So anyways, Boo managed to decide to land on the mic space, so I'm guessing he needs to get able to actually get even more coins from here. So, anyway, and, also I noticed the fact that Sonic, he, basically just managed to complete, 6 zones so far, for the sake of Sonic Colors Ultimate, for the actual Let's Play so far. So, I think all he needs to do now is the fact that he was able to hit back into the previous levels again, but able to actually obtain, some of those, red star rings before he decides to able to go through, well, obviously, the Sonic Simulator mode, or the Sonic Simulator stages, and, eventually he might as well get something very rewarding after doing so. So, either way, though, we'll, stay tuned for that until specifically on, you know, Tuesday and Thursdays for uploading schedules department, so... And once again, Boo keeps on messing things up. Seriously, he's not gonna get that much, coins to begin with, but... he knows what it is. But, yeah, I guess that's as far as I can try to discuss upon the forms of, some other discussions worth noting for, because, well, I've already mentioned about the forms of, well, leaks and all that stuff, well, despite it might not be accurate, mainly because about the fact that sometimes I don't usually trust, leaks or rumors anymore, because this is getting repetitive very fast, especially noticeable after the events of ages ago. Although, I think I've managed to start heard about it ever since back in 2013, or anything else to be more specific. And I have no idea why I just managed to taunt right there, but you know what I mean. So, anyway, so let's see what Toadette, she's still not gonna buy that treasure chest because she has none of her coins. Oh yeah, I should probably mention about this as well, that, until specifically, I think it was sometime in November, that, not only do we able to actually muzzle stumble across the 10th anniversary of the film Wreck-It Ralph, but also is the fact that the 10th anniversary of the Wii U's release, despite its flaws, and, also we stumbled across the 10th anniversary of, let's just say, New Super Mario Bros. U back on the Wii U version, and there's also, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, and, also Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, despite I found that game a bit lackluster in comparison, and, also, there is, what else is there? I forgot. Oh yeah, Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, and I've already mentioned several times already that until on March, not only do we get ourselves the 10th anniversary of Kid Icarus Uprising, and also Poke Park 2, Wonders Beyond, and also Mario Party 9. And until during and in the forms of summer, that we were able to actually experience the 10th anniversary of, well, let's just talk about the forms of another game first. Like, for instance, there is Mario Tennis. So close! Able to get Bumper Crop, but apparently we're going for this minigame again. Oh, jeez. So many repeats. So many repeats, I'm telling you. So anyway, for Mario Tennis Open on the 3DS, that game will become a decade old until on May. And, what else is there? Oh yeah. And there's also the forms of, I would say, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, at least on the 3DS version, because we already know for the fact that, well, ever since about, oh god, I just realized it's been 5 years ago since when Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue just managed able to came out since in 2017. So, yeah, why does all that time flies and all of a sudden? And also I found out that, apparently though, the next Disney film called, Encanto, actually got the actual DVD, release date, / Blu-ray release date as well. And I think that's gonna due out at some point on the 7th of February. So at least we only got about a couple of days for now until that film comes out. Although, I must be honest here, I think I might as well be fine just watching on Disney Plus any day, mainly because, well, I can obviously try to watch it for free, despite the subscription is required. So, or maybe at some point, maybe I can probably able to watch the next Marvel series called, What If? Because I first thought that What If is actually like a documentary, but it turns out it's another plot important for the sake of making things sense, because... excuse me, because obviously I've managed to able to watch the new trailer for this next Marvel film coming this year. That's what appears to be Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, at least I'm looking forward to that. And well, of course, along with the other films as well, like, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, like I said so many times already. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens to see how the fact that, well, I've honestly have no words to think about it. Alright, so let's see what Toadette's gonna do. She's probably gonna place her Hammer Bro Orb somewhere in the baseball field. Almost right near to my space, so... and she gets a 3 and an 8. Makes 11. And she's probably not going to go through here because obviously she really wants to save up for the likes of getting another treasure chest containing a star. Alright, so let's see what Toadette's going to do. She misses that first shot. Although, kind of thing about it though is the fact that this particular bit right there for that baseball section, that almost inspires by Ding a Derby minigame from the likes of Mario Party 5. And before when Swing Kings coming along from the likes of Mario Party 8, whilst in that game, that's usually for Mario Party 8 on Swing Kings, you have to use motion controls. Whilst in the forms within Mario Party 7 and Mario Party 5 for the likes of Ding a Derby minigame, you obviously use the GameCube controller for buttons and stuff like that. So, makes it pretty obvious. And it looks like Toad also got the Lakitu Orb, so, and I get the feeling he's probably gonna duel against with someone. I bet he'll duel against me, because I'm pretty much in first. Oh, wait a second, what? At first I thought he was gonna duel against me. Okay, how random and also dumb at the same time when it comes to computer AI, just managed to, for some reason, just refuses to duel against me? Oh well. But at least they're doing the forms of wait for it, so, which I still haven't experienced that minigame by the way, because, well, I was expecting to be able to actually read these instructions or the rules and stuff, but for some reason, I just couldn't seem to be able to get into this minigame yet. Well, at least what if I was trying to experiencing though, that's the obvious thing. So yeah, I was quite shocked about the fact that we've almost nearly at the end for the sake of the actual main boards of Mario Party 7 already. Although mind you, we're still on the 4th board by the way, so yeah, we're able to get these other 2 boards done. I think maybe we're able to wrap things up on the actual main boards and doing at some point on February, so at least there might be still some time. So, and it looks like Boo just takes you know, Toad's star. So, yeah, kudos to Boo, I suppose. Which, fundamentally speaking, that Boo has actually almost got to catch up to me for the sake of the forms of the star count. Oh, for the love of God! Seriously, we're never gonna be able to play those 2 minigames down there. Oh, we were so close too! Ah, screw this sometimes. Screw this. Oh well, we'll just go for Sphere Factor again. Oh jeez. This is getting outrageous for this point, guys. Especially noticeable, I keep on... Well, as you can probably tell at this point is the fact that I'm just getting sick of trying to able to, well, replaying through Sphere Factor over and over and over again. Although, it is a bit annoying, and I will give Battery RAM some credit for. At least it did something a little bit interesting with the concept and all that stuff. But however though, for Sphere Factor, at the end of the day, I just don't enjoy it anymore. Mainly because I'm just getting sick of trying to able to push the ball and all that stuff though. In fact, it does remind me of something almost related to that terrible section from the likes of Silver's Dusty Desert level in Sonic 06. Yes, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's the stupid ball puzzle. So yeah, that minigame right there just reminds me of that ball puzzle segment in Sonic 06. But at the very least, unlike in Sonic 06 though, thankfully that particular segment is pretty short, or the actual minigame in general is pretty short. So at the very least, you don't need to worry about keep on getting frustrated for those stupid pit holes that you're gonna have to avoid. Oh, that was exhausting. And I somehow get into that warp pipe, but then I gone back just once. That's fine for me, because especially noticeable I made it to that treasure chest over there, so I wonder what that chest is gonna contain inside of it. So it could either be Bob-omb or coins. Just Bob-omb. That's fine, I suppose. Alright, so this time I'm gonna go... Actually, oh, there's no way I'm not gonna land on that, so I'm gonna play safe. And also got the Toady Orb, so nothing special from here, I don't think. So, well, apart from the fact that we've almost nearly at the end of Neon Heights before we move on to probably the most unique board in the entire game, which, again, we'll discuss on that during at some point in next weekend. And for some reason, Boo just seemed to able to refuse to actually land on that happening space. I think at this point in time, that as far as I'm guessing correctly, that Toadette, that she's the only one managed to land on the happening space. So, or the action space, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, if that bonus star comes into play, then she will be the only one able to get that bonus star, if the action star exists. Alright, so it looks like Toadette is going to do a shooting range section again. And looks like she succeeds this time. And how much coins does she will get? Just only 10 coins. And what item is she going to purchase? For 5 coins, just a regular mushroom. Just a regular mushroom, just for the sake of likely paying just 5 coins, and that's pretty much about it. And it looks like she's gonna go up there for, I'm guessing for, oh wait a second. Oh, she got screwed! But the thing is, since that she doesn't have a star, that the pink Boo will steal coins instead. So... But again, there's no defense item in here and there this time around, so there won't be a flashlight item anywhere, and as well as there's no Boo pendant here and there as well, so yeah, you're basically gonna have to deal with the forms of that particular unlucky moment. So at least stealing coins, it might not be so bad, but if you get the star and if you land on that, well, unfortunately you'll be on the dead zone. So at least if I was assuming for that such. Alright, so it looks like Toad is gonna able to play baseball stuff again. And I wonder how much coins you will get. I think it's more accurately like 6? Oh, 8. Okay, that seems like a good skills right there. So, kudos to you. And it looks like he got a mushroom here. I bet that he will be able to actually use one of those mushroom item orbs for the sake of the final turn, if possible. Alright, 2 versus 2 minigame again. Seems like... For the love of God, we're going for that minigame again! Oh my god, this could take forever. Oh, jeez Louise. But I'm hoping it doesn't go nearly as dragged on as the second board though, which I'm hoping that won't be the case. Even though it's almost like roughly 2 hours-ish, but at least I'm hoping for the sake of this recording session it doesn't drag on, so... Anyways, let's just get this over and done with. Although nothing bad by any means with this minigame, it's just the fact that we've played that minigame so many times, and I wish I was hoping we can able to see something new and different. But then again though, we've only got about few chances left until whenever we're able to see those minigames during the board gameplay. But then if we missed on quite a few of them, then obviously we're able to show those off in a minigame cruise mode, so... Alright, so it looks like that we're doing so well right here. For the sake of likely able to... Well, except for my partner Toad, just keeps on like pressing those wrong buttons sometimes, which I must admit though that's not usually happens in my case. Oh dang, this is gonna be awfully close at the end. But sure enough, we still win in the process. But unfortunately though, we somehow managed able to win for this minigame for about 1 minute and 3 minutes. So yeah, that attempt to drag on a bit. Alright, final turn in Neon Heights before we move on to the 5th board in Mario Party 7. And for the sake of time, we'll use the Lakitu Orb, just in case we'll use him for the final turn. And this is what usually happens. Basically, you're able to steal one of the 3 chests, and basically though, God forbid if you get either the star or coins, or just a bomb. And thankfully though, you don't usually need to force to pay coins if you use the Lakitu Orb, because you just essentially get the chest for free. So, that's nice. But then again though, like I said, it can be a bit random at times, depending on what chest you go after. Alright, so the next few chests are, one of them is at the very top, and then the other one is at the middleest height, and then the third chest is obviously in the baseball field, so... Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Oh, once again, another duel minigame. Oh, jeez. Can this be done and over with, please? Although this time around, though, Boo just somehow managed to choose me this time around. Alright, let's see what minigame are we playing next. Oh, we have a new minigame. Fish and Chips. Kind of an interesting minigame. Swim and dodge the school of angry Cheeps. If you touch one, it's game over. So yeah, basically you have to swim yourselves and watch for vengeful Cheeps. Some of them will home in on you, or try to follow you, or aim for you, whatever to be more specific. I just realized something. This minigame kind of reminds me of build ticks from the likes of Mario Party 9. Well, except the fact that you don't usually walk on ground or on a tower, so instead you're able to swim. And in some cases, the computer player becomes an idiot because he somehow swims towards the Cheep. So yeah, I wonder what specific reward I can get for this duel minigame. Okay, just half of the coins. I guess that's okay. Although, whenever we get into the forms of the next board, the stars will be removed for the likes of the, well, just pretty much everything. Because, obviously, with that new mechanic that we will come across into, then again, we'll point it out until the next weekend, so... Alright, Toadette gets a 5, 9, and 6. And that makes a grand total of 20. And will she buy that chest? Of course she will be. And let's see what's inside. Ah, just a bomb. Another bomb she got inside. And she's probably going to ignore my orb trap. And I get the feeling that the next chest that she's probably gonna go after. It was somewhere right next to the Statue of Liberty section. And it looks like that she will succeed again. So let's see how much coins that she will get this time. Oh, 13. 13 coins that she had. Although she's probably not going to buy anything on the orb shop because, again, it closes on the last turn. And she's probably going to go for the chest. And if she gets a star from that chest, although it might be a bit of unfortunate though, because as soon as she lands on my pink boob space, that means that, yeah, she will lose a star and give it to me. So I think that Toadette might actually felt very unlucky for this board, mainly because she actually stumbled across the Z star from the likes of the Bowser time event, and also on top of that, landing on the pink Boo space thanks to Boo's character space, but she only lose coins. But now she lost a star from me, so yeah, there's no way you can able to break free from it either. So you basically have to able to force able to lose something. So yeah, it's a little bit different. So I believe now my star count is now up to 8. God, 8 stars. If only because of how the fact I keep on getting so lucky with all these treasure chests and all that stuff. Oh. Sorry, Toadette. I did not notice that you might as well lose one sooner or later. Alright, so it looks like Toad is going to use the mushroom. I first thought he was going to use the Lakitu orb at the very end, but somehow I get the feeling that he really wants to get the running star as soon as possible. Because if that bonus star comes into play, of course. And he gets double 3, so that makes 6. And of course, then he'll get like 10 coins, to be expected. Because unlike in Pyramid Park, that, you know what I mean with how the fact that, well, Daisy got very, very lucky with that, you know, lucky 7s within that 3 dice blocks, the Super Shroom Orb. I mean, good lord, man. Well, unfortunately though, Toad messed it up on that particular shooting range thing right here. And of course, that Toad will lose 10 coins, but either way though, at the very least, Toadette will be able to get 10 coins, so I guess that's that. So it feels like I'm pretty much dominated for this board, basically, just like in the forms of how it does on Pyramid Park. Especially noticeable about the fact that, well, I just keep on getting some very good luck with all that. Not just for dice rolls for the highest numbers as much as I could, but also say applies to the forms of getting super lucky with like obtaining certain treasure chests that usually contains inside. So anyways, let's head back on to Title and Error again, but this time around I'm going to be teaming up with Toad this time around though, so I'm hoping that he won't shove me off, unlike the forms of how it does it on, well, to be more specifically, Boo, that he did manage to able to push me off, unlike in the last board. So it looks like that so far Toad doesn't exactly push me off just yet, so I guess that's like a good thing, so... But I digress. And I still really enjoy the forms of Title and Error as the actual minigame itself, because again, it does remind me of Claiming the Cube minigame from Mario Party Island Tour, except the fact that it doesn't take place into outer space or the galaxy or something like that, because it takes place into the actual a random tower building. So anyway, so yeah, that's as far as I can mention about that. Alright, final results for the sake of Neon Heights. So, yeah, I don't think anyone else is gonna catch me up for the sake of the stars department, because I got 8, and Boo has 4, Toadette sadly has none of those, and Toad has only 1. And I got the most coins because I somehow getting very, very good when it comes to likely everything else. So let's check out some of the bonus stars we have. We have the Action Star, Shopping Star, and the Red Star. Yeah, I was predicting that Toadette will definitely get the Action Star because she was the only one landing on it. Yep, I was right all along. And as for Shopping Star though, and the Red Star, I do definitely know I will definitely get the Red Star because I keep landing on so many of those red spaces. But who's gonna get Oh, I somehow got the shopping star. Although, mind you, because I somehow paid 30 coins from that pink blue orb that I somehow purchased. So yep, it was me for the red star as well. And that pretty much leads me to 10 stars. So yeah, so it looks like I instantly win that. And it seems that so far I did manage to able to win 4 boards so far from Mario Party 7. So yeah, pretty swell victory I suppose. But we're not exactly done yet like I said before because we got 2 boards left. Now, if you're probably wondering to yourself about the fact that with this results screen right here, you do realize there is something missing in the background, which appears to be by the forms of the MSS Star C ship, or the cruise ship, on the actual results screen. Well, mind you, because this is the PAL version of the game, so I just want to classify that. And, oh wow, I somehow managed to able to get the Orb Star if the Orb Star comes into play. And sure enough, Toadette actually gets the Running Star if the Running Star comes into play. And of course the minigame star that I will able to obviously obtain. So, jeez, I landed on 5 red spaces. And yeah, I was right. Toadette, she's the only one land on that happening space. I'm surprised that no one else actually able to land on that happening space to begin with. But either way though, although I do definitely know for the fact that the MSSC star does appear on the American version and the Japanese version, at least for what I've heard. So anyway, I guess we'll probably get endings up here, so join me next weekend for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 7. That is the fact that we'll head over to the 5th board in the game, known as Windmillville. So I'll see you guys in next Saturday. Later, fellas.